Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. And that thing down there, there's Mildred. Yeah, she was hanging out, of course. She seems to be getting less camera shy. Finster's down there, over there. Anyway, we're here to talk about the most effective album covers, the pieces that really sell the product. You know, what kind of music generates the best artwork, and what does the artwork say about the kind of music that's in the disc? And today I'm going to talk on the disc, on the recording, in the album, something that is fast disappearing as music goes digital. And it really was an opportunity to market and sell things because, like I said, we are visual creatures. And as often as not, we have to see it before we listen to it. And so what we see has something to do with what we're going to listen to or whether we want to listen to it. And today I'm going to talk about a fabulous work to inspire the art departments of various labels. And it's Berlioz, the Symphonie fantastique. Why? Well, it's a hallucinatory experience, right? It's a guy who tries to kill himself by taking drugs, and he hallucinates. And it ends with a witch's Sabbath. I mean, oh, come on. So naturally, most of the Symphonie fantastique artwork gives you some sort of hallucinatory witch's Sabbathy quality. But there's something else about it that's really kind of funny that we'll get to in a moment. My avatar for wonderful Symphonie fantastique covers was this one. The Herbert von Karajan Berlin Philharmonic second recording, actually, of the Symphonie fantastique. This was from around 1975. I saw this one and I said, oh, I want to hear that. Look at the scary bird thing here and the dark landscape. Ooh, spooky, right? You know, one of the things that I find so amusing about this thing, I mean, they're also like, dead bodies and horses and corpses and zombies and things sort of vaguely suggested below here. I mean, it's really very clever. All kinds of subliminal stuff. It says, buy Deutsche Grammophon here. No, I'm just kidding. Look, what's funny about album covers and what I find so wonderful about them is that we like to think in the abstract that high culture, classical music, great high culture, taste, refinement, all of those things. What's refined about this? It's a bloody witch's Sabbath. I mean, he murders his girlfriend. He gets his head chopped off in the fourth movement. There's, if you really think about it, there is nothing high culture about the story behind the Symphonie fantastique. I mean, it's really pretty scary and terrifying, and that's what makes all this so interesting because, the artwork belies, as often as not, the abstract conception of what all of this super, ultra, snotty, refined high culture really is. Anyway, I think this is an absolutely marvelous Symphonie fantastique cover. And there's also, I think here, isn't there somewhere some kind of like, I don't know. Now, it's a horse. It was a horse, and there's like I don't know what that is. It's just creepy. And it worked really well, and it's a wonderful performance, too. However, here's the funny thing. When that performance got reissued, budget price, all the fun and mystery and creepiness and spookiness went out of it. Here it is on DG Galleria. Look at that. I mean, what is that? I mean, of course, there has to be some sort of, like, nude, creepy female form in front of the nude, creepy male form. There it is. The nude, creepy female form. There's glare there. Let me take this out. There you go. So you can see it. It seems like at budget price or mid-price, they try and let you know it's mid-price by taking some of the artistic allure out of the album. Why would you change it? Why would they even bother? Why would they do something that, I mean, what is that? It tells you nothing about the music itself at all. I mean, nothing. Zero, zippo. Well, I mean, it suggests maybe some sort of, like, love thing, but it could be anything, right? I mean, I find that fascinating. And in fact, the same phenomenon can be seen here. I have them right here. Here is the Symphonie fantastique on living stereo with Charles Munch and the Boston Symphony. Now, this is, of course, very abstract, but being a hallucination. It's a plausible hallucination. And of course, there is here at the bottom, naturally, the suggested naked female form. This not only tells you that sex sells, of course, if you can get sex into it somewhere you want to, but also that the market for classical music is male, because they would have naked male forms if the market for classical music is female, which it clearly isn't. But here's the other thing. When this stuff started coming out of budget price, and it wasn't exactly this performance, it was the later one, the 62 one, they reissued it like this. Now what the hell is that? This picture on RCA Victor, there it is. I mean, it's Mont Saint Michel, isn't it? I mean, that's what that is, you know, off the coast of Normandy. It looks, yeah, I think that's Mont Saint Michel. What on earth does that have to do with the Symphonie fantastique? I mean, who bothered with that? I mean, it's even worse with the, you know, the Sony mid-price brown paper bag packaging, you know, that lets you know you were getting something cheap. I mean, really, they stopped trying to sell the music then, and they started trying to sell the product line, like these Galleria things too. You know, they have their look, and then they just have some sort of generic picture thing, because you got to have a generic picture thing, and all of which is so depressing, because they had this marvelous, wonderful, spookifying, creepy, clever cover that I think really sold the product. I mean, it sold me. I don't know, maybe it sold you too. But as one example of how the artwork, the album artwork, suggests, you know, what the music is, what it's going to sound like, what might be intriguing about it, who the market is to buy it, all you guys looking for the naked women on the covers. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Very simple, actually, when you get right down to it, but kind of fun. The iconography of classical music record sales. Maybe in hundreds of years, people will be writing doctoral dissertations on things like that. Could be interesting, don't you think? So keep on listening, friends. Thank you for joining me. Take care.